like this, and in a series, I would say that's pretty close. It could be interesting as, we are going to see ZZQ just kill himself to the neutrals over in the jungle, and he'll be the first death of the game, but not first blood. They are trying to go in on Azil. Like you said, they might have an opportunity to do so, and they walked in front of the planet's roll, and, well, Clinks is going to get first blood, so a good job there by Undyne to get in front of the roll out from Planet at the moment, as, well, they came in first in Division 2. And bottom lane, Echo has just made a complete rotation. They're going to snowball over to Zeal. They'll bring in the Primal Beast. They'll try to come over and maybe turn this around with a third hero to make it a 3v3. And Zeal taking a lot of damage as that ult comes out for a second, but it's enough to get the kill into Zeal. They'll end up trading, though, the Clinks, which isn't the best trade for them to make. As Undyne now trying to down and potentially help get a couple kills and potentially take out that tower, too.
Lynx and Dusk, they're actually hunting the Earth Spirit. They know he's around here somewhere, but they scanned him even.
Yeah, so they'll know Planet's behind enemy lines, and even with the Geomagnetic Grip and the Boulder Smash, they don't get the kill just yet, but ulti comes in from Zeal, and Echo's able to get a kill, trying to get a second one here on the Clinks. They've got the Sprout and a right-click in from Zeal. They've got the Trample. And 7E, he does have that ult available. He'll pulverize Zeal, though. He's going to walk away from this up with that onslaught.
Yeah, the massive 50 gold from all those fighters that he got.
It was just a bunch of threes. It was nice. Snowball. And trying to TP out. Roll will come in, stop that. And it'll be ZZQ who gets the kill onto Undyne. You have a Primal Beast behind them, potentially looking for a pinch if they want to save this mid-tier 1. The pushing power from EHOME is no joke. Top lane, yeah, they're going to go for the Morphling. They're looking for Shiro. He'll waveform away. They use the Primal Split. Shiro on the run, stunned up, right-clicked and killed. So Shiro doesn't make an escape.
They lose the
really just not working out for him. Waveform forward. Undyne now goes into the tag team, and they've got that ult out from 7E. Snowball once again, and that's actually from Shiro, who's morphed into the Tusk, and a run right through the Dire side with a Burning Barrage over from QAQ. They haven't gotten a kill just yet, but they finally finish off Echo. They get themselves the Broodmother on one. They'll take the Tombstone. They look over at ZZQ, who's trying to right-click his way to a kill, but it won't work this time as 7E takes a second for CDEC. And, well, EHOME, they come up empty-handed.
That's mana.
Yeah, only 500 mana at the moment. He went forward there with the onslaught. Hit with the Geomagnetic Grip. They've got the silence, but another snowball save, and they're going to try and turn this around with the help of the Exorcism coming through from the Death Prophet. Tombstone dropped, and now Undyne, he's in pretty far. They'll lose the Tusk, the waveform forward, trying to take out a Death Prophet, maybe even a +1 on top of that. The roll lands onto the DP, and they'll get themselves a second. So this time, EHOME are the ones who come out on front.
Primal Beast kind of baiting his poor Tusk and that Prophet
Bottom lane.
that damage out.
How willing? Yeah, how willing is EHOME to go in? And right now they're going to go with the help of Zeal. They've got the Snowball, but that's going to drag them all the way to Echo. And
another Orchid
used. They've got the silence onto the Brew. The Burning Barrage comes out, but the damage is avoided for the moment. They go into the Flesh Golem on this Undying, and the waveform forward. They get the kill on the 2. They'll take out Undyne as well as the Brew. I'll look for the Primal Beast. 7E fights.
There's no BKB still on 7E for 10 seconds. We see Brewmaster as well. He's just gonna split.
Yeah, he splits. They snowball out. They're leaving the pit with this Exorcism hitting the end, but they get the kill into ZZQ. They'll at least get that for now. Undyne getting a little bit low. They've got Shiro in some trouble. He's hit about half health. They bought back on the Undying. They still got Roshan a little bit low. They'll look over on the high ground. Echo's there on the hill. They go in. There's the roll as well as the Magnetize. They're going to finish off Roshan. They'll look for the Snowball to try to get it. Aegis on the deck, and it's picked up by the Clinks. But he might lose it very quickly. Silence on all these heroes on the side of EHOME. Can they get away with anything more than just getting a kill here onto the Clinks with the Aegis. They'll finish off the Death Prophet. The buyback comes in here from the Tusk. They get 7E, and the fight is looking really good for EHOME as they'll focus their attention onto the Brewmaster. The Burning Barrage doing some damage, but just not enough. Walrus Punch out onto Shiro, but he's still fighting his way all the way through. Echo taking enough damage to finally fall. They get themselves a second on the side of CDEC, but they end up losing more on CDEC as well. ZZQ, he's low with the right clicks coming in from the tag team. The Sprout is in. One more right click needed. Instead, it's going to be a snowball. Waveform towards Undyne as he's trying to run. The adaptive strike gets thrown, but it's not going to be enough damage to get the kill there onto the Tusk, because after the onslaught, after a Walrus Punch and not having the primal split, like, what do you really have to lock down these heroes on the side of EHOME?
Yeah, their control is lacking for sure. You're mostly looking at Tusk.
Silent snowball and a kill there, easily done. Planet falls, and they have also found Echo. They've got the ulti, they have the Burning Barrage. Echo on the run in the trees, but the trees don't provide enough cover for Echo to, well, scurry his way out with all those 8 legs. Again, a run from 7E, but he's clipped himself with that onslaught. That's a bit of an issue. They're going to try and fight here. They've got the silence onto 2. They'll roll in, land on the Death Prophet. And Imitator doesn't exactly have an exorcism to fight with, so there really isn't much coming from the Death Prophet except for silence. The roll hits onto the Clinks. They've got the lockdown, but do they have the damage to get the kill? They'll end up losing Planet. Adaptive Strike is through. They get the kill to the Clinks. They'll take him out for 70 seconds as ZZQ will fall as well. It's a 2-for-2 so far with the Walrus Punch from Undyne, but soon he's just going to be dying. And they'll look for more. They'll look for a 4th. They'll try to get the Brewmaster. The only one surviving right now is 7E because he was out of the fight to begin with, because he ran.
It is like both of these teams are taking the right objectives. They're moving across the map well. Look at these plebs though. Brood, yeah. There we go.
They got the silence, and they're going to onslaught onto the high ground once again. 7E trying to put out the damage. Undyne goes in with a Walrus Punch, but Undyne again will probably fall. They'll BKB on Zeal, but now no Nature's Prophet. Roll hits on a 7E. They've got themselves the Primal Split. They'll look over the Death Prophet, who did use that Exorcism, and it's not going to last too long, because they're able to get the damage out and kill off this Death Prophet. ZZQ trying to survive as the buyback comes out from the Tusk. 7E with BKB. Onslaughts forward and uses that uproar. The damage, it looked like it was there for a second, but the Morphling's able to survive as the Snowball comes in with the Walrus Punch. They finally finish off Shiro, and that makes this a victory so far for CDC, and 7E wants more. They'll go after Planet. The Onslaught misses. The roll is in, and he'll finish off 7E instead. Clinks moves forward, but he's able to juke with the roll and get some space, and the Tusk has been rooted thanks to the Brood Axe. So Planet TP and escape.
Tusk going in. Maybe
Echo's still here.
Tusk,
you just bought back Undyne. You may not want to be there, and you're about to get snared once more. So they get the kill to Undyne. They'll look over the Brewmaster. The fight never exactly ended. But this
really
time
from EHOME. But Prophet TP'd in way too close.
Yeah.
He's the one that dishes out a ton of damage, and he's the one that fell first. Plus, he didn't have a buyback.
He immediately went for the BKB and tried to survive, but he was just in too far. They've got the silence out of ZZQ, and they will quickly dispatch this Undyne, who does have buyback. So ZZQ is going to be back really quickly. They're going to buy back on the Brewmaster, who fell to Zeal. The damage out there from him and Shiro. 3-man silence from Imitator, but they just don't have the help at the moment as 7E finally walks in with the BKB being popped by Shiro. But can he get anything more? The spinner snare, not going to snare anybody up. Nobody fell for the trap just yet. However, Clinks, Planet taking some damage. Planet turns around, looks for the roll. It's going to be off the mark. They're still looking for this Clinks. They'll get the Walrus Punch. They'll finish him off. So Planet out of the fight, and Echo in a little bit too far. He dropped his spinner snare down, but it's just nowhere near the fight. The uproar gets popped with the BKB being popped by Zeal to get out of this one with a TP. They'll go after ZZQ again, who just bought back. They bought back on Echo, but the Burning Barrage damage is just too much for ZZQ to handle. So they will have to waveform out. They only got 4 heroes and Roche's respawn.
Now they have to decide, really, do they commit or not?
Yeah, 40 seconds, no Undying, though. Undying, he's become what you said he would, and he's been pretty much food. And look at that. Look at the damage it did to Roche, too. They'll look for the spinner snare and try to maybe get him for the Aegis, but the roll's a little bit too late. They get the kill on Undying, but they'll end up losing Planet, so there's 3 heroes alive for EHOME, and that is a long dead Planet, too. He's dead for 7. They will glyph again, and now finally these heroes are starting to return back to the base, and they're going to look forward. They're going to try and do what they wanted to with Planet, going in with the kick, but they've got the snowball, right? Quick damage coming in out of Q to Q, and the Clinks is still able to survive with the Burning Barrage coming out, but they finally get the first life out of the hands of the Clinks. They'll take out Planet. There's no more Earth Spirit. Waveform over to the side. Look for 70 with BKB being popped. He'll go to the Uproar. The damage coming out. It's a lot on Azil. He's in some trouble. The Snowball comes in. They get the kill on the Nature's Prophet, and they look for more. You got to Sprout out just in time, but I don't know how much is going to help as well. Now the Morphling turns into the Tusk. They get the Snowball off, and they kill off Undyne. They'll buy back on Zeal, though. Right click through all the way, trying to get the kill into the Brute. I'm trying to figure out this Primal Beast. I've been watching him. It feels like his fights can be very feast or famine. But I guess that's also can be said for everybody. They're going to go through with the Onslaught. They're going to look to get themselves at least one. They get the kill on Echo. They'll end up losing Undyne as the Morphling immediately looking for the waveform away, as they're going to lose ZZQ, and they bought back on the Tusk. So Undyne going to be back into the fray of this CDEC side, and it looks like they're probably going to get away with going after these tier 4s and forcing EHOME to fight when they don't want to. I mean, these heroes, especially Echo, he's dead for 80. Like, they have no way to defend, and they've got another Exorcism going. They can't base race. They never got through the bottom lane with that Nature's Prophet, and they're going to go here as they've got the Burning Barrage damage going out. They get the kill to Zeal. He's going to be dead for 100 seconds. They'll end up losing Shiro, and that should be all they've written for this one. As CDEC, if people are thinking EHOME are, you know, to take game one, they'd be wrong, because CDEC, they get themselves a little bit of an upset here in game number 1. Wow.
What about your predictions? How many are correct?
1.
1?
I got 1 right.
Nice. I have 2.
Cool.